Welcome back, one and all, to the Brexit Estate. Hard by the darkest dungeon where apparently I got a bit carried away and played Skyrim for about 5 hours. Yeah. So I didn't really upload anything earlier. I was waiting for something. That didn't come. Yeah, that's annoying, isn't it? So I wasn't able to show off something nice and fun that I wanted to show off this weekend. But as it is, I've mentioned recently in a recent episode that I'm planning on doing non-other side stuff at the weekends for a while to see how that works out. So here we are, back in Darkest Dungeon, and the crow has come to plague us with its presence. We would like to recover some of our items. So let us go and put together a solid crew, relatively solid, and because the episode numbers don't match up with the week numbers at the moment, I'm gonna do a dungeon run after this one as well. Let's just pray nobody gets killed. Wait a minute, we have Rosnav. We can do better than this. And Vernon too. Oh, this is really risky, but okay, let's do it. Let's take bandages, anti-venom, and medicinal herbs, just because we know it's a tough fight, okay? It's short but sweet. Let's hope nobody dies. So yeah, I mentioned in the previous episode about the upcoming board game from Mythic Games and how I have some reservations because it's Mythic Games. You know, the guys who tend to release a game and then put out a rules update that actually makes it playable about a year and a half later. Ah, that's a problem.
Death waits for the slightest lapse in concentration.
So we should have brought some blood along as well, apparently. Alright, you. We'll try. Uh-oh. This could be serious. It was all down to speed. There we go. Now things should run a bit smoother.
And improvement.
You know what? That is a lot of stress. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's really good. We got a hit in. Rare, I know. And that is a lot of stress. We might have to tinker the stress reduction on that skill a bit. Oh, you know what? Yeah.
A momentary abatement.
I haven't been using the holy water anywhere near as much as I should.
Blurred vision. The end approaches.
And since our bounty hunter is really taking a beating there, we should do something about that. And try to protect him. Okay, good. Good. Bit of healing will help. Oof. And we're making it slowly and surely through the encounter. Stress is important. Now, in theory... Oh, I didn't use it again.
Grievous injury. Palpable fear.
Okay, all good, all good. Let's say odds on we'll survive this one. Shrieking Flight? Yeah, that's more like it.
Exposed to a killing blow.
Oh, vigorous, lovely.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
And we're back in the hamlet. Hopefully with our long-lost treasures restored to us. Maris has become soft. We'll have to look into fixing that. Corvid's Eye replaced Warren's Adventurer. Okay, we can work with that. And Tapeworm. Ugh. Well, she's got to go to hospital then.
You answered the letter. Now, like me, you are a part of this place.
Alright, so let's send little Nem to hospital. It's not often she has to go. It's not that she's particularly healthy, it's just that she knows how vulnerable and, well, how susceptible she is to diseases. Do we get some... So I'm thinking, these classes with the botched localization issues, I could just disable them from appearing at the stagecoach for now. And I might actually do that. We'll see. We'll see, because I don't want to break the save by removing them mid-save, as I know removing them if they're in the graveyard will break things, and removing them if they've been hired and fired might. If they just appeared in the stagecoach and we didn't ever hire them, that's another matter, but I'm pretty sure we've used them at some point or another. Well, most of them. Alright, what's available this week? Oh, really? But we need a mid-level quest. And we only have one available. That's going to be really difficult. So let's say we do take Sister Elena. Who would we take with her? Well, Una, Linnave, and then... yeah, we're pretty much looking at a low-level quest this week, aren't we? Well, okay, what have we got here? We've got the puzzle box, and... Caregivers Convention. Yes, do it. Do it now. It's really good. Caregivers Convention is the one where all the town facilities are free. Well, no. Everything in the sanitarium. Right, so... Alright, let's spend a little money. Just progressively, gently upgrading skills. That is a lot of stress, isn't it? Let's do something about that. Let's send the priestess to church. That makes total sense. No. She probably wants to meditate in isolation. And then here. Lottie, we could probably let you go soon. But I don't think we should. Right, let's head on this mission then. So want lots of food, lots of torches. Let's say 7 blood. As for wield, we don't need quite as many medicinal herbs. Yeah, let's take 3 this time, just to be on the safe side. It's low, so we won't get much use out of laudanum. Now, it'd be interesting if there was a Curo that had a laudanum interaction on low-level dungeons, just to have a reason to bring it along. And let's take an extra, bottle of holy water each anyway, just to be on the safe side. And I should not forget bandages. Glad I didn't forget bandages. That was close, wasn't it? Right then. Let's see how we go.
Our land is remote and unneighbored. Every lost resource must be recovered.
That's that spare bottle of blood taken care of. And let's swap these back round. There we go. So, gathering free medicine, which means we are looking for quest objectives. How delightful. These are not quest objectives. Where's dodge? Yeah, she has a lot of dodge. Finish him! Or her, as the case may be. Oh, so close. Oh well.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
If you do your best, God will do the rest.
The blood quickens.
And for those of you wondering, yeah, that aphorism's older than I am. It's not a catchy little thing I made up on my own. I'd love to take credit for it, but I can't. Beautiful work as always there from Garrus. Oh, really? Just 1 point? Hey, but we got a stun. Excellent. That makes things a lot easier. You know what? Look at my skull!
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
It's got a scary candle on it! Be afraid. Actually, with a bounty hunter. That is a nice combination.
Annihilated. Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
That was a vastly excessive damage output for this dungeon level.
Carelessness will find no clemency in this place.
25 points is a lot in a low-level dungeon. Let's push on. I'm doubting... Look, if there's one up here and I have to come all the way back for it, and I hadn't come this way, I would be very sorry. Watch as it's completely... No, at least there's a treasure chest. And I didn't bring any keys. Oh, so close. Okay. Tentacles! Look, anything we can do to stop the stress is a good thing. The torrent of stress they'll be sending our way.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Or rather, the trickling of stress. You know, right down his leg, nice and warm and far from reassuring.
Mortality clarified in a single strike.
Oh, that wasn't good. See, what she doesn't understand is we're probably going to survive this one. And we have camping supplies. Alright. And go. And now you're into bounty hunter raid. damage. Or tentacles. Oh, tentacles miss. They failed to manifest. And that is where we did not want the stress to go. She saw the light. And it was stunning.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Nay, glorious.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
She could not countenance life without it. And so without it, she perished. Hey, if he's bleeding anyway...
Decimated.
Wow.
Success so clearly in view.
So,
Or is it merely a trick of the light?
I'm mainly opening the chest to get rid of his citrine. Oh, sorry, these crests. There we go. Yes, I will take that. And now back we go. All the way, all the way, all the way. And somewhere around here, I imagine we'll rest. Actually, yeah. No, no! Don't be like that, you silly. And right glad am I that we took the jade. Doesn't really look much like jade, does it? Jade is more kind of a bluey green. That's a very yellowy green.
Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption. Malformed with misintent.
Okay, this room or the next one. We are looking at 92 stress. Okay, we're camping now.
Gathered close in tenuous firelight and uneasy companionship.
Alright. That's not going to help too much. Okay. Again, not a lot of size 2 monsters in a low-level dungeon. In fact, virtually none. And if we give him some stress relief. And then, let's say... Yep. And so we really don't want you taking a lot of stress. Can we... No. However, this is actually a lot of stress relief. Let us now rest and hope we find more food. As nourishment and sustenance are likely to be an issue in the forthcoming tunnels. Well, passageways.
Secrets and wonders can be
Oh
found
good,
in
enemies!
the tenebrous corners of this place.
Even better! We get rearranged. Even better! Spiders! Yeah, I don't believe it. Right. Look, we'll try for the stuff. And it worked! Excellent! Let's shunt you to the front. Now our healers are in better positions. Lady, that's not helping. Now we can do this. Then hopefully afterwards we can amend this sticky situation. Uh-oh, stunned and marked. That's very bad. Not half as bad as it was for that poor octoped. Wow. It's got 8 legs, hasn't it? The arachnid horror that it is. Right, let's shunt to front-ish. Uh-oh. Will he resist? He resisted the stun. Great! You know, lady, just go backwards.
Executed with impunity.
Oh, beautiful.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Alright, let's shunt these up there. Get her back where she needs to be, and he can go to the front. There we go. Lovely. And we get our first scouting run of the dungeon. Hooray! And I believe that is... Nope. We have to go all the way along. Alright, well let's get some food.
A fortune waiting to be spent.
We needed that. And we'll need it again. Oh! Yeah. Unknown horrors of the blood-sucking variety. Go. I'm spreading the love, and then he can get a big heal later. I was tempted to go for more defensive play there, but I thought I'd make a start on the damage. It's worth a shot. Just about. Right. And I'm doing that on the understanding that I'll be able to clear one of these spaces and he will shuffle forwards. Right about now, apparently. Excellent. And now we can punish that and spread the healing.
Obliterated.
I think we just try and crush it quickly.
A singular strike.
Beautiful critical.
Inspiration and improvement.
Okay, this is where we have some fun. Trying to benefit from that healing. There we go. I think that was enough trying, and that's enough killing.
Ghoulish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
Okay, we'll take it. We'll regret it, and we'll take it. The reason for our regret is the dire need to pick up 3 bags of medicine.
Be gone, fiend.
Wait, extra damage against stunned.
Another one falls.
We probably won't. We didn't clear it all in one of the surprise round. No, not the big one! It's the big one. Of course it's the bloody big one. Why would it not be? Why would things be easy for me? Well, they've not been so bad so far. And yes, it has a high stun resistance,
The promise of safety.
but I also have the chance to get the light. Yep, I reckon we'll finish it this round. but it might get some kind of nasty surprise on us, like extra summoning, and we don't want that. What we do want is this.
A victory. Perhaps the turning point.
Wait a minute. Okay, worth checking, you know. We ain't touching that. I have holy water, you utter fool. Once again. See this here? That might have come in really useful, you wally. There's probably a fight in here as well. Oh no, good. Good, good, good. No fight. A chirurgeon's satchel. Chirurgeon, of course, being related to the word chirurgery, from which we derive the modern surgery. Which is why it's a soft CH and not a hard CH. So soft, in fact, you'd think it was an S. And I learned that from a lovely man I used to know who was a hairdresser and an expert on the life and times and work of the barber surgeon of the Elizabethan to shortly after period, like, you know, Cromwell, English Civil War, that sort of kind of stuff, you know. So slightly post-medieval, and he really knew his stuff. You know, he knew how to apply leeches and how to amputate a finger. Not that I ever saw him do it, but yeah, the medieval and slightly after medieval barber surgeon would amputate a finger with a hammer and chisel. I'm not kidding. You think I'm joking?
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Ow! Too much money. And yes, it turns out you can have too much money. Especially if you're Captain Pugwash and Captain Jake is making you walk the plank with as much money as you can possibly carry. Just to make sure you really can't swim to safety. Yeah. Let's strike a light because it's bound to help us with our objective of clearing space to carry more things. Alright. Let's be brave and say
The ground quakes.
we're going to use all our holy water right now.
Destroyed.
And we don't want to be marked.
A time to perform beyond one's limits.
Ah, she's too far forwards. Okay, it's too far back, I mean.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
Uh-oh. Will she? She did not resist. Okay. Good to know. Kind of.
A devastating blow.
You know, let's lower that protection. And let's guard the lady. For she is a vital healing member of the team, as opposed to be a cultist who's just crap when it comes to healing. And she should now be shunting back to the rear of the party. The stealth mark is a bit of an issue with the fungal scratcher, but hopefully not for long. Bit too late on the mark here, but it'll carry on to the next round if necessary. We'll go for a group heal, I think.
Sedated.
And then we'll just try for the kill.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Alright. Right, looking at the map, something tells me the final one's going to be in this corridor here, or maybe this room if I'm lucky. And then the other one will be around here somewhere. Just in terms of spacing and pacing, and double dogs! Oh no! They're full of fleas and rabies and diseases.
A dizzying blow to body and brain.
It's a little bit more stress than we would have liked.
Back to the pit.
Wow, Garrasper is doing great deeds.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
Maskelvar, of course, does not wish to be outdone. Neither does Sister Marion, who should probably be listening to a Leonard Cohen song. Yeah, I know it's So Long Marion and not Sister Marion, but still. If you're old enough, you probably know which one I'm talking about. Should have gone for a group heal. I didn't spot the damage back there.
Eradicated. Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
So that is something I should pay attention to. Oh. Okay, that's going to be a bit of a tougher encounter. If they put a load of bleeds on us, then we'll have trouble. That being said, if we walk away from this one safely, I think a little bit of skill training for these heroes is well in order. Oh, and he's too far back again. You know what? I'm probably going to hit him harder for riposte. Probably not enough to kill him. But it will really soften him up for the next turn. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh, unlucky miss. And I don't even need to try to kill him because he's going to do it to himself right now. And I know it's like probably 6 in the morning by now, and I should have done all this earlier when I was much more wide awake. Oh mate. Mate, just mate. You are so dead.
A powerful blow.
In case he somehow survives the entire remainder of the party, which I doubt. Yeah, he ain't dodging all this lot. That worked out quite nicely.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Alright. Alright, and there may be food. There was no food. But if we use all the torches...
The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
We need an extra space for carrying medicine anyway. You know, so... All those torches are... Oh man, no scouting check, really? At least we get to use a spade. And I did say but I fully expected the second
treasure
chirurgeon
could staunch
satchel
the
to be
flow
somewhere around this room here.
Otherworldly corruption.
Right here, this room. Pretty much exactly where I called it. Oof. Voice of experience methinks, and oh no. That's not good. But guess what? We can do that. Yes, please fail the resistance roll. Thank you. That worked out perfectly.
Precision and power.
I mean, that was pretty nice as well, to be honest. And Maskelvar has his telescopic extending mace, which we'll see in action shortly. Actually, I wonder how they'll do the miniatures for the ectoplasm and the big slime. I don't think they'll do them in translucent resin with like pieces inside. I think what they'll probably do is sculpt them thin with bits of these things poking out, so that you can visibly see the shapes and poking out on the sides. Telescopic mace. It's like a modern police truncheon, you know? Once they flick out. Now apparently you have to close them, you have to like bash them really hard on the concrete pavement or something, just like BAM! And not the end you'd think either. Mate, you go down. And then it's just her.
This expedition at least promises success.
Alright, we want you up there, and you get to go back there. And then, let's even light another torch. And maybe in the next room we'll get a scouting roll. Hey, we get to eat some food. Lovely. I mean, we would just take it back and sell it otherwise,
Wealth beyond measure. Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Same kind of applies to lighting this free torch we just picked up. Hey, we get a scouting check. That's not it. Is that it? Yep, it is. Okay, so a little nearer than I expected. But alright. Okay. Give us some treasure.
A handsome reward.
Okay.
For a task well performed.
New plan. And the plan goes something like this. There we go. And then like this. Oops, like this. And let's just make it to the end of the corridor. And then we're good. Alright.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles. Paid for in blood.
Now if we just ditch this spade, because we're not going to need that on the way back. There we go.
These tonics and herbs will stave off infection and neutralize contagion.
Alright, so we got a pretty hefty amount of coin out of that one. And some levels. Okay, Manslayer, pretty good for a bounty hunter to be honest. Balanced, well, it can work for the occultist. Okay. And now we go back to town.
The preponderance of rare and exotic injuries makes this place perfect for the study of suffering.
So we get freebies. That's great. Freebies are really good. You're level 3. we could use you. One, two... Yes, we definitely could. Although Conteville is kind of a rubbish name.
A mighty sword arm anchored by holy purpose. A zealous warrior.
I think something like cord threads. But that doesn't quite feel right somehow. Cordair? I don't know. Cordier. How about we just lose the C entirely? Brother Order. That works. And we can send him out next week with Una, Lenave, and Sister Aline. However, of course, we get treatment time. Free treatment time. And surely these three can't infect each other if they already have the Crimson Curse, right? Look, he doesn't have range skills. Having that locked is fine. Could remove Sickly. I know the Crimson Curse prevents him getting other diseases, but we can fix that. Let's see who else could benefit. I don't know. Okay, 10. And then Ren is kind of okay. Ludovic could fix that, so not a lot for him. Stanford. Okay, resilient for Stanford. Little Nem still doesn't really have Ruins Adventurer, maybe, actually. Sir Wrexham. Last Gasp, nah. Sarah Lynn, it's quite a lot that could be fixed. Again, range skill's not a massive issue. Actually, she could do really well in the cove. Yeah, there's a lot of bleed in the cove. So if we start gearing her up that way... So we want to get rid of Warren's Phobe, really. That's cheap. We'll just get rid of something more expensive. But if we lock in Cove Tactician and remove Night Blindness just on the off chance that it actually happens, then Kira, we could remove Soft and give her Resilient, let's say. There we go. And Marino, perhaps. Natural Eye. For his range skills, that might be worth locking in, but 5 accuracy isn't much, you know. Let's see if there's anyone else. So it wouldn't be any of them. The Hormul. Oof. That dark temptation of his has become a bit of an issue. What would we lock in though? Not a lot. We could maybe send in one of these. No, that doesn't seem to work out too well. Okay. Oof. In that case, send Stanford, lock in Resilient, and remove Thin-Blooded. Okay, great. That's a reasonably good place to leave it, given the amount of stuff we got done this episode. So yeah, I'll leave it right there. I hope you've all enjoyed this one, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the next one. I'll say bye-bye for now, and cheerio!